All right.
Hey guys, Kelly here with Warren First 931. Sorry about that. Like I always say, when me and Jonathan have always been together, it seems like the internet just goes wonky, and so it did. But we are back live and in action, and just to kind of get back into the conversation about what community TVTN.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
So over a little over 20 years, I've been doing video, but even further back than that, it was when I was going to school and finishing up high school and just doing some stuff on the side. And then it turned into more doing weddings and stuff like that. So we had pretty much got everything started with that. The very first filming where I was releasing it to the public was through church B-roll films that we was making. That was called Salvation Films. I was working with several different individuals with that. We really had a great time. One of those projects was, of course, me being at that time involved in the Lucky Community Center. I had went in 2005, been through leadership, Matt Menville, Warren County, Matt Menville now. And really, I wanted to show the history of that community, but I was hoping that I would have opportunity, since Ben Lomond had just got started with a local TV.
Right.
At that time, they was doing a whole lot of billboard ads, playing the radio in the background kind of thing. So I had went to Lavoie, and Lavoie knows the CEO then, and said, look, I got some material I want you to show. Will you show this? How much will it cost? That sort of got the ball rolling, because they showed the Lucky Community Center video was one of the first ones of a real film they had. Of course, there was other stuff out there. Mark Gribble, one of the pioneers of video in Matt Menville, as we know. I was trying to think of Mr. Stewart, who did Angel Studios years ago. So that's some older ones that had done video back. But as far as getting it on for the public, this was my opportunity. So that's when it all started. And when we started that, I've worked at Matt Menville Electric for 25 years. I'm in the ministry, but I love this community, and I wanted to make sure what I saw as opportunity was to try to network our community to make sure, and this has always been my thing, is to make sure that the nonprofits. See, I come from a background of nonprofits. It seemed like, we had the Southern Standard and we had the radio and but almost we needed an advocate. And so Community Network Productions my mission was to be that advocate to, even though you might not have had the money to get stuff on air or in the public eye, I was always going to be that advocate. So we've done that ever since.
And you're still going.
Still going.
And I absolutely love it, because between, there's so many ways now of different media markets to get information. And we're just one part of that.
And that's why I love Warren First 931 and the concept of the idea you have. Unfortunately, I think you have to have the leadership to put the people in the right position. You got that. You got a fun show. It gives the information, and we have a lot going on. A lot of communities don't have this, and as we know, I know you have bigger ideas of what this is going to do in the coming year and the coming years. How this could even expand even further. So I'm excited about it.
Yeah. I always say whatever. And Jonathan was one of the many people like, what is Warren First 931? And I tell everybody it's what the community needs. And that means the community is ever so growing, and the thoughts and the needs are ever so different. So whatever, and that's my calling. And we, everybody that we've had on the show today has said, well, when I feel like God has called me to do this, And that's the same thing. I feel like God's called me to do this. I know that what you do, God's called you to do what you do. And I don't know. I don't see myself doing anything else. You know?
Well, and when we started, we officially was getting stuff started in 2004, 2005. I never imagined when we was filming stuff then that a few years later, some of these people that we've interviewed and people that you'll interview, that's the history that we have. That may be the only history we have, which will be so monumental one day, for all the stuff that historians and the community could use later in the future. I mean,
we talked about Mr. Haley when he was on, I'm so blessed to be able to record him because I feel like we need this so history doesn't die. Right. Because if you don't hear the history stories, where it's doomed to repeat itself.
That's right. Having the opportunity to film someone like James Dillon and his voice alone. Yeah. Back when I had the opportunity to go through the bicentennial in Warren County. So it was really cool. And some of the interviews we had even for that project, the 200-year video that we put out. It's really remarkable. But this is exciting today. Being 1 year, I can't believe it's been 1 year.
How crazy! And how all this, we've done so many videos, so many interviews with people that I've worked with him on. That he opened up doors for me that I didn't think I could be, and vice versa. And it's always been a community event with you. Yeah.
Well, I look forward to working with you in the future. I'm excited. What is happening and what will take place in the future. Yeah. And like I said, hi to everybody.
Yes.
Continue to keep up and
stay informed.
Keep it first.
Yes. And with that, thank you for coming in. You can go. I know you got to go do your lunch thing. I didn't reset up any of my commercials or things like that. Christy, May, you want to come on in? Then I see Madeline's come on in, rocking it. Or do you want to eat first? Okay. Come on. Yeah, we can do a family one. Let's do family. May can sit in the back. Let's get this all. I'm going to let Brian get his, feet, get calmed down for everything.
I still haven't cut yet.
Oh. Well, we do have, speaking of that, we just got confirmed that the red ribbon cutting still hasn't started yet for the Main Street Media, but once it gets done, coming on the show, he was supposed to be around 12:15. I don't know if he's going to cut and run, but we do have Paul Sherrill, our Tennessee State Representative. He's going to come in on the show. Now, with me now, scoot in, cuz. Come on, is my cousin Christy and Madeline, and she's like my niece to me. But I always, I keep it community-oriented, family-oriented. So how's it going?
It's good. How are you?
Great. It's been a long day. We've been on since 9 o'clock.
I know. That's great.
Did you like how my mom set everything up?
It's beautiful.
She always does a good job.
Looks very nice. Very nice.
Of course, Christy and them have grown up with me. And I wanted her on if she wanted to say any good or bad stories about me.
Well, I was thinking this morning what I was going to say, and I like to always give myself the credit for everything. And so I really give myself credit to the reason why Kelly is back in Warren County. There was a time when she wasn't living back in Warren County.
True.
And I believe it was because I asked you to come back and work for Families in Crisis is the reason you actually came back to Warren County. So I'm going to give myself credit.
You
for
can.
that.
You
so,
can.
There you go.
I remember when I didn't know what I was going to do. And again, family is very important to us. And we have always stayed in communication. Because, it's just family's number one to me. And I told Christy, I was like, I don't know what I'm going to do. And she's like, well, you know what? At the time, I think you were a court advocate. Or were you the house manager? I can't remember.
I don't remember.
We all cross trained, but at the time we were working under Terry Kirby, our executive director, which now Christy is actually the executive director of Families in Crisis. And so she's like, there's this grant that's a 2-year, and I think you do really great in it. Now my husband, let's just get the whole family in. If you want to come in, no, he don't want to come in either. Nick
that normally doesn't end well. So
we'll just keep him out of this. But he did send me flowers again.
They're so
The
Which
women
is-
in our family are a lot better. Let's just say they're more powerful.
There you go. There
I
you go.
love it. I like Chris is looking back like what? But I started working there, and I really thought at the time that this was going to be my job forever until amen at this point. And then my grant ran up, and I didn't know what to do. And then I had a choice between, at the time, this is not a joke, between working at Citizens Tri-County Bank as a bank teller, or then Duke called me and said, "Hey, we're looking for a female that knows a lot about the community." And I said, "Well, if y'all want me," this is what I told them, "if y'all want me, you better have an interview now, because I have a second interview at the bank." And that's how I got into
That's how you got into this. So again, I'm
Yes.
going to credit myself for that. So everyone can thank me for getting Kelly back in the community, and we're just so glad. We needed you at Families and Crosses at that point
Yeah.
for that position. It was a community outreach
It
position.
was.
And we needed you as a family back at home at
Yeah.
that time too. We were raising Madeline and
Yeah.
Gage, and you can always use an extra hand. And so
That is true.
You helped raise my kids. I've worked with you, and I love you so much, and I'm so proud of you.
Oh, thank you. She's really, if I had a daughter, or I do have a daughter, but let me say, but
She's
if
like your
I can
first
get
daughter.
Madeline was my first daughter, like in training. And so Engage was my first son in training.
There you go.
And, when we go out in public, there's people that are like, she acts a little bit like you. And I'm like, well, thank you. That's my daughter,
Randy Jane acts just
like
Madeline.
like Madeline, literally. And, and one thing I've always said that I'm all about helping out the youth of our community. And one thing starting off early, Madeline, it was this, again, there's always a natural talent in everybody. You just got to find out what it is. And Madeline had no problem also like public speaking and communicating. And when it came about where she was interested in doing like broadcasting of some sort, I don't know if you started off when you were young at sports, but you wanted to do some type of broadcasting. I told Christy, I was like, hey, the Olympics is coming up.
That's right.
And I think she was in 7th or 8th grade at that
She was
time.
in the 4th grade.
4th grade, sorry,
The fourth
4th grade. And I said, I told Duke, I said, you know what? The nice little spin would be is to have like a young kid talk about the Olympics and all this. And then sure enough, in as early as 4th grade, we got her on the radio calling in the morning on the way to school.
Went to school. It was very hectic.
And she was broadcasting. And then when she done that, doing all the Olympic stuff, then she started, as she got older, Jay Walker is still the voice of the Pioneer. See, Jonathan, he was like, I want to start this program where I get young youth people that are interested in broadcasting. And when she started high school, I was like, I already know who your next representative is going to be. And then she helped Jay Walker for the next 4 years. And then that kind of got her into what now is your degree. Tell everybody where you graduated and what you got.
So a little over a month, I graduated from Austin Peay State University with a degree in sports communications
Yep.
and minors in marketing and management. And I'm currently looking for a job, I want to do sports news, sports anchor somewhere in the news station field. But I'm looking forward to working with Kelly on some exciting things. But I thank Kelly for everything she's done for me. She was kind of my role model in the broadcasting field.
That's my baby.
And she just kind of paved the way for me, always gave me the confidence, gave me someone to look up to. And
Yes. And our family, I want to brag on the Cotton family, the Cotton Walker family. We always have been like, as crazy as ideals have been, or as stupid, I'm going to just say it, as ideals have been, we always have been supportive of each other.
We're very supportive of each other. And Madeline mentioned that the women in our family are very strong. So
We
shout
are.
out to all the men in our family for putting up with all
With
of our
us.
crazy ideas and our big elaborate things that don't need to be as big as they are, but we always plan great parties, don't we?
Yes, we always go
And-
extra. I
And
mean,
great vacations.
Yes.
If anybody knows our family and knows Madeline and Kelly, you will know they are very much alike, and they very much like to celebrate their birthdays
all month long.
all month long.
All month
and
long.
they plan elaborate trips, and we love them, and so we go on them. And
Yeah.
but that's
We grin
one
and
thing.
bear it. We support. Yeah,
We grin and bear it,
Uh-huh.
and talk about you behind your back when the door is shut.
that's correct.
That's one thing that I love about working with Kelly too, on the families in crisis side
Yeah.
is, and just in the community, I feel like the community loves you because you are family oriented and because you are real, and you don't hide it. It is
No.
Kelly is, you see what you get, right? And so that is makes you so very special, and I think that is why the community loves you so much.
Keeps
is
me
'cause
humble.
They feel like it. They're at home
Yeah.
and they watch and
Yeah.
listen to you as well. So.
Yeah. And again, if anybody, I say this saying that, if anybody ever has anything going on coming up in the community, whether it's nonprofit, a business oriented, you are always welcome to come on the show and talk about it, because I know I'm going to be getting with you guys. If you want to do a little teaser,
I am. That's what I was going to
Yeah,
right
yeah,
now. Plug.
yeah, plug it.
So Families in Crisis has got lots going on. We
Mhm.
are at the very, very end of getting ready to open up our sexual assault exam room.
Yay.
So it'll be called the Safe Place, and it will be a place other than the hospital that someone that is a victim of sexual assault or rape can come and get evidence collection
Yeah.
by a certified SANE nurse in a kind of a private,
Safe space.
more serene setting than emergency room would be.
Yeah.
There is a shortage of SANE nurses across Tennessee. And so we're hoping with this, we can bring some on board and have that service available 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. So that is, we're having our final SART meeting on that on January the 31st.
Wow.
Dr. Chastain has signed on to be
Thank you.
our
He's amazing.
director over the center. We have Jessica Boss, who is our SANE director, who has been her and myself and Courtney Breedlove have been working on this since 2016.
Wow.
And so it's finally all come together. The room is ready. The doctor's on board, the nurse is on board. We've just got a few minor details to set out. And we're hoping to look at opening around February the 20th.
Yeah.
For that. And so we've got that going on. We have also got Teen Dating Violence Awareness Month coming up
Yeah,
in February. And so some of my girls are working really hard on going out and getting donations from the community for our Prom Promise Prom Basket.
Yep.
So we offer that to a senior at Warren County High
Yeah.
School. We also are incorporating that at Grundy County High School this year as well, because we cover Grundy County.
That's great.
So that's where seniors can take a pledge to be violent free in their relationships, have relationships that are free from abuse, control, and take a pledge to help a friend in need and stand up for
Yeah.
somebody if they see them being abused.
Yeah.
So that is coming up in February. We'll have boxes out at Tops, Vanilla Bean, and then they register, take the pledge, register, and they get a basket full of like hair care products. It may be your flowers for prom. It may be jewelry that they can wear to prom. Sometimes we have like T-shirts
Yeah.
that are put in there. Gift certificates to get your car cleaned for prom.
Yeah.
Gift certificates to get your hair did. All of
Yes.
those types of things.
All
So,
those extra things you
if
need.
you're a business out there and you would like to donate to that prom basket and we have not reached out to you, please reach out to my office 473-6543 and we can get you set up with somebody to pick that up. The other thing that we have coming up on January the 28th is
That's right.
the pit count.
Mhm.
The pit count is the homeless count that THCA does every year in every county in Tennessee. It's actually done nationwide across the country through HUD. But THCA does it. Families in Crisis has been in charge of the pit count for a long, long time.
I was gonna say.
A long, long time. We are so very thankful now to have home and have the homeless organization to kind of lead that now.
Yeah.
They kind of
Sheila and them, they do a phenomenal
they
job.
Go out, boots on the ground every day and
Yes,
feed them
they
and
do.
things like that. And so we partner with them and go out and we do a count in the community of all the homeless. And that count goes back to HUD and it helps the county get funding
Right.
for anything that is related to that. So we've got that coming up January the 28th.
Yep.
So if you're a business or anybody in the community that knows where homeless are living, or knows of someone that is homeless, if you can get them in contact with Families Across Our Home, so we can get their demographic and information and get that counted.
Exactly. And I will like tease a little bit while Madeline is here. We, Warren First, had a great meeting with, if Brian, you want to step in on this one with me on this right quick, so I don't say anything too much.
Oh,
Here, you can sit right here.
Yeah.
no, you're good. I'll get you.
All right, he's gonna sit over here.
Yeah. Figure
I'm
it
back
out.
here with the star. You know,
So with that said, yeah, get back here. Figure it out. Yeah, get in.
no offense, ladies, but I want to be with the real talent here.
Oh, there you go. No, so me and Brian and Melody had a great meeting with Coach Lippy and Coach King the other day, in which, again, if he's watching, he said, hello, Madeline.
Hi.
They have this amazing app, this Pioneer, Warren County Sports Pioneer app, and we're going to talk more about that. But we are trying to team up with them and utilize our girl Madeline here as her sports. She's got a sports broadcasting degree, and we are going to try to do a once a month or twice a month show talking with coaches, players. And this is not just Warren County and middle school sports. We are actually also going to tap in outside of that because, you know, like Paige Northcutt has the swim team during the summer. And, you know, there's these AAU teams, these elite teams, traveling teams. We want to really showcase what Warren County's talent's got, right, Madeline?
Yes. Yeah. I think it's really important to showcase that. It's not only important for the community to see what they're doing and the success, but it's also very important for the athletes. It helps them going forward. It gets their name out there. It gets their talent out there. Just gets them excited too. So I think it's really important that we're doing this in the community. And I think it's something I would have liked to had 4 years ago, just bring more excitement into sports in Warren County.
Yeah.
And I have to add, as soon as we when we dropped your name, Coach Lippy was like,
Yeah.
sold.
Yeah,
Yes.
It's like, I know her and I know whatever she does is good.
hate to
Quality.
hate to be a name dropper, but guys,
Yeah.
we've got some awesome, just
Yeah.
awesome stuff coming,
Yeah.
and we're so excited. I'm excited to just be a portion of it. But look, from what's going on right now,
Yeah.
and I don't know if we've announced this today, but congratulations to our Warren County Pioneer Wrestling team.
We have not yet.
They won the district last night.
Yeah.
Edging out a great competitor, Oakland High School. We won 37-31.
Wow.
So one match made the
Yeah.
difference in that. So congratulations to the coaches and the team. They put a lot of work into it, and they need to be celebrated.
Yeah.
And so we're so excited, Madeline, because you bring a wealth of knowledge just
Yes, he
because
does.
you're young. But the thing is, you know, the radio, you got to be listening to the radio
You
to
do.
hear it. But with this, with podcasting and with a show that people are going to come to, it should be an honor for them to step in front of the mic with this lovely young lady right here. And,
Yes.
so we're so excited and can't wait to see, because we're going to hang on to you. When ESPN comes a calling, we're going to
No. Listen. I told her she can use this as long as she doesn't have a job. Because I'll tell you this, one thing I love about my May is that when she makes a commitment, if she says, okay, I'm going to do this for a year, she'll do it for a year.
Yeah.
And that's why it's been hard for her to take some other jobs that she's taken on that's asked of, because the job that she's going to take next, she already knows whatever it is in sports broadcasting, it's going to be a 2-year commitment. And that's why she is the best. I'll tell you, if anybody is watching this that knows they need a sports broadcaster, she is a commitment. She is a workaholic. She does everything 110%, 20%. So, but again, tag, share, like, get her in. But I want to say thank you guys for coming in, because I did want to see, are you going to come on with me for 5 minutes?
5 jobs, but I got to get back.
Okay. I'm going to get Christy Ross in here because she's my girl. Get up over here.
We're not even going
All
to
right.
cut the commercial.
We're not
break.
even cutting. Come on.
I'm in the middle.
My husband today does have an appointment with her at 3:30 with my son, just in case he forgets. I hope he remembers.
He remembered. He mentioned it right over there. He remembers. He wasn't sure on the time, but he knows it's today.
Yeah, it's
Now, When you want to know true downtown royalty, here she is.
Right? Yeah.
I've heard enough
Yes,
of that
you
myth,
are,
but-
girl.
No.
Yes,
no.
she is.
There's plenty of people. Let me tell you something. It takes the village
It does.
to none of us are better than the other or more important than
Yes.
the other. We're all trying to do this thing together.
We are.
Off air what we heard about that.
So
Let me tell you, grab your popcorn. You know, I always love when I hand out my newsletters and I swing by Ross and Company, which does an amazing job on all types of now hairstyles and
Yeah,
haircuts.
yeah.
And so talk about real quickly about your business, because you got a lot more now to offer than you did years ago.
yeah. You know, when I first opened the shop, it was primarily geared toward men because I didn't
That's right.
feel that we had kind of a next level doing somebody that was doing beards. I don't think
Yeah.
a hot towel shave had been done here in quite
Yeah.
some time. So I thought that was kind of an open market.
Yeah.
Right there. And as it's evolved and friends that I had in Murfreesboro that I worked with there that were phenomenal hairstylist, Ryan Simpson is with me now. And she used to do, I seen it. I lived it. The Titans cheerleaders, some country music
Yeah.
players and stuff. She did Hillary Scott from Lady
Wow.
A or
Lady
Annabelle.
A.
And I still call it Lady
Lady
Annabelle.
Annabella,
and that's
but
what
Lady
I'm
A
always
is
gonna-
now
yeah.
what it's called.
Yeah, but anyway, she did her hair and stuff like that, and she wanted to get out of Murfreesboro, and she's here now and servicing the ladies, which is something we kind of didn't do that
Yeah.
much of before, and now we do, and so I'm grateful to have her. Well, we're lucky as a county to have her. They don't have
Yeah.
to travel outside
I know.
county to get.
I always
premier
say
services.
that the down and going capping on that,
Mhm.
the downtown businesses have changed like dramatically from, and again, I always say this, before you go out of town to Murfreesboro or Nashville, we literally have shops here downtown and the surrounding
Mhm.
area that are like the boutiques and
Yeah.
the hair places and the food places and the market.
Yeah, I'll tell you something. When I first opened the shop, it's been almost 14 years ago now.
Wow. Yeah.
The landscape of what downtown economically looked
Mm-hmm.
like was completely different. On any given Saturday, I would sit there and there wouldn't be 3-4 cars pass
Correct.
through in an hour.
Yeah.
And now it's just hopping and bumping, and you can't find a parking space.
No.
And that didn't happen overnight.
No.
That was from decades worth of planning and people putting their
Yeah.
elbow grease in.
Yeah.
And then, here come new people to build on. God knows I spent my time,
Yeah.
doing everything I could. And now younger people are coming and building on
Yeah.
that. And so when I say it takes everybody, you might just be seeing the last couple of years that it's booming, but
Mhm.
that harkens back to 20 years ago. Somebody
I
had a
agree.
vision.
Yeah.
And I want to give let us remember that.
Yeah.
It's
And what it's
everybody.
looking like now, because you're right across. I know that the ribbon cutting was going on over at the radio station. I want to shout out to Raven Young for
Mhm.
all the, right above begonias in the back end. That is
Yeah.
looking
Yes,
phenomenal.
it looks good. For so long that sat empty, and I'm glad I think it's her grandfather
Yeah.
that owns the properties and stuff, and he's letting her turn loose, and
I love
that's
it.
good. That's
Yeah.
a wonderful thing. Anytime we can improve
And yeah.
and
And grow,
and grow.
you know.
I don't think there's very many buildings downtown now that aren't either being loved on or about to be something, or
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
and that's great. We have a beautiful.
I do know there's one property. I know where I'm not going to talk too much about it. That probably needs to be tore down and fixed up or something. You know what I'm talking about.
Yeah,
If you know what I'm talking about,
if you know, you know.
if you thank you, if you know, you know. There's only going to
That's
be one building that will still stand and be the, what would you call it, an eyesore.
Eyesore.
Would that be a
I
good
don't
way of
know
saying it?
Yeah,
An eyesore.
I know
and
it's had several looks in the past, but it
Yeah.
just for whatever reason it's not either being
won't
let go
move.
or
It
it,
just-
won't.
rumor has it, a little birdie that's flying around says that somebody just don't want to sell it because of issues with like
Well,
past
if they ain't gonna sell it,
grievances.
then they need to keep it up.
Yeah,
Keep it up.
100%.
Let's get it looking
100%.
good.
Because that affects you guys.
Yeah, it does.
it does.
And everything affects downtown. I know people want to use it as an event space, but people that have businesses downtown put everything they own on the line
Yeah.
to follow a dream that they're going to own their own business.
Yeah.
And the main part of that. The key to being successful is that main street and those parking spots.
Yeah.
And it's super important to keep that flowing, keep it going.
Mhm.
You know, you want to have big events, and I love them, but I also like the street being open. If we can keep
Yeah.
the street open, that's
Yeah.
it's very important to my business. I
You're
know,
right.
and it's
I
something
know.
all the time we don't think about.
Well, I know that I told her it was only going to be 5 minutes, so I promised you.
I appreciate it.
You're good.
All right.
And take
thank you
care of
so
my
much.
son and my
I
husband
will. I'm
today.
gonna get them gussied up. You want?
Thank you.
All right. Thanks, guys.
Love you, Christy. Alma, do you want to pop in and talk about Caring Hearts United? Well, I mean, I got all the filler in the world right now.
I'm gonna rotate the lights just a little bit here.
Yeah, rotate those lights over here, Miss Alma. As I think my phone died.
Mine did. I got it charged over there.
Yeah, I was like, what's going on? There it goes. Now, because I just didn't put the commercials back up, I'm just going to keep it popping, as I say. But, Mr. Carl, you not going to come?
Well, listen, if I can be
No.
with you ladies and learn something, I'm more than.
Oh,
there.
here we go. But with me is Miss Alma, and she is the head honcho, El Presidente, I should say, of Caring Hearts United. Bye, honey. Love you.
Well, at least until June, we do another election.
Oh, at least until June, right?
Yeah.
Is that your friend?
That's their code.
Okay. I don't have a timer, so I don't know what time I'm running on. But you guys do a lot of things for hospice patients.
Yes.
And this is not, and I want to say, because it's a stigma, everybody believes that hospice patients are these old people that are on disability. And I'm just going to say it like they say it. And I don't mean any disrespect for it. But it's not just patients that are old at age. It's all types of ages that are needing hospice assistance, correct?
Oh, absolutely. There's children who are in hospice.
Yeah.
There are families that one of the spouses, may be in
Mhm.
hospice, and you have to worry about they have to pay their bills, if it's their breadwinner
Yeah.
and he's down, what do you do?
Yeah.
But no, we do our best to basically bring a smile. That's
Provide a smile.
yeah. We have several people that we have gotten gas cards for.
Yeah.
Because they've got to go to work or they've got a doctor's appointment.
Yeah.
We've done food cards
Yeah.
because you got to eat.
Yeah.
You got to feed those kids that are home. And one of the things that you don't think about is when they bring in a hospital bed,
Mhm.
the sheets.
Yeah.
We do a lot of hospital bed sheets.
Yeah.
And it takes an extra long
It's a
sheet
different
for-
type. It's a different type of
bed.
sheet. Yeah.
Yeah. So we do a lot of those.
Yeah.
And then, like on our
Yes.
holidays, we do our little bags that we send and they
we
have
do.
little cute things in them. We're getting ready for Valentine's.
That's right. They do
So,
all holidays, right?
well, we
Just
do
about.
5. We do, what is it? We start with Valentine's, then Easter, 4th of July. Then it goes Thanksgiving and Christmas,
Yeah.
which are right there together. So,
Yeah.
but when the nurses pick up, or the usually it's their pastor for the unit, when they come pick up the bags, they tell me stories about some of their people and how it
Yeah.
brightens their day. It
Yeah.
doesn't matter if they get it to them late for that holiday or not. It's the fact that somebody
It's coming.
else is thinking about them,
Yeah.
and they know that
I love that.
other people care.
Now, with your organization being a nonprofit, how can people help you guys?
Well, you can follow our Facebook page when I can keep it up.
Yeah. Hey, I get it.
And we take volunteers who come in and help us put these bags together.
Okay.
Now, we get it down pretty good. It used to take us 6-7 hours to do a couple hundred bags. Well, now we're doing about 775 bags each holiday in about 4 to 5 hours.
Oh wow.
So we have got a system
Condensed
going.
it down. Yeah.
Yeah. And
So if anybody out there that is listening that needs like school hours, like,
Yes.
what is it? Tennessee Achieves,
Mm-hmm.
Beta. I'm trying to think of if there is any school, a parent out there watching this that has a student that needs like volunteer hours in something, this is a great program to do that.
yeah, we have a lot of our work is done during the week because we are, most of us retired or whatever
Yeah.
and older. So we do a lot of stuff during the day.
Yeah.
But I can set up things where people can come in later in the
Right.
day, if, after school, stuff like
Yeah.
that.
Especially during the Christmas time when
Oh,
they do the Wonderland of
We
Trees.
could not
Oh,
have
wow.
made it through Wonderland of Trees this year
Without those
without our
kids.
volunteers that came in.
Mm.
And Kelly, as you know,
Yeah.
it's always a struggle, it seems like, when you put on an event.
Mm-hmm.
And I cannot think of any year that we have not been blessed with surprises
Yeah.
like people volunteering.
Yeah.
One year, this was when Melinda was still alive,
Yeah.
and we were just like, she's like, I don't think we can do this year. We just don't have the people.
Yeah.
And we kind of like, I told her, I said, yeah, we can do this. I know we can do this.
Mm.
And we had a group of high school kids come in from Warren County,
Yeah.
and they just took over. They
Yeah.
they put everything
They did.
together. We didn't even know they were coming.
Yeah.
The Lord takes care of us.
He does.
Isn't that beautiful?
I think so.
And of all people, high school children, people that'll be the next leaders of our
Mhm.
community,
Yes.
coming in and helping out. Because
Yeah.
death is no respecter of age
No.
or class.
No.
And so for what you're doing, and me being a nurse, working in hospice at times,
Yeah.
it's a different type of mentality. And
It is.
like you said, that person may have been the breadwinner for that family.
Mhm.
So you guys have an invaluable resource for people. So please, we'll post your Facebook connection page
Yeah.
through our Facebook.
Yeah.
But volunteers,
Always
supporters.
need. Always need.
We are always needing supporters or volunteers and supporters for when we do fundraisers.
Yeah.
That's all the nonprofits here in Warren County are so great. We have some great nonprofits.
Yeah.
I know I work for a few of them.
I know. I was going to say,
This ain't the only one.
Emma's going to take off her Caring Hearts United hat and then put all the other ones on for you.
But they all do such a great job. And I'm just thankful that I have the opportunity and the chances
Yeah.
to volunteer just a little bit with some of them.
Yeah.
So,
I know you do. And just to toot, I want you to toot your horn. Tell everybody all the other groups you're involved in.
oh, well, I answer the phone for home
Okay.
on Thursdays. That's if
Yeah.
and I've done that. I think they're 3 years old, almost 4 now,
Who?
going on
Home,
4.
yeah.
Home, yeah.
Yeah. And they started like in 2020. Well, COVID. So
Yeah.
I was like a year late getting going with them.
Yeah.
But that group is fantastic.
Yeah.
They have such faith and such drive
Yeah.
that,
Shout out Sheila Fan.
Yeah.
Oh,
Sheila
yeah.
Fan and
she
her
was
staff.
fantastic.
Yeah.
And when you stop and think about it, in the less than 4 years, what they have accomplished,
Mm-hmm.
it amazes me.
Yeah.
And I don't know if she's even mentioned this or not, but one of their goals I've heard them say is to get a men's shelter.
Yeah. Because that's a
And-
need.
Yeah.
With the Lord's help, we will.
Yeah.
Amen.
Because we had a men's shelter at one point. I think it was called, was it Christy Lighthouse Ministries?
Yeah.
And Nathan Smith and them got that going. I don't think is that going?
Mm-mm.
I don't think it is there anymore.
Yeah.
Weren't they over by the,
Well, it's where Levy Glenn and them are at now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
They had that area where the dogs used to go.
yeah,
Back
they're
in the
not,
day.
they're not back there anymore.
No.
So,
But there's so many needs like between you, Christy, and we had Terry Bell, County Executive Terry Bell on talking about all these programs to implement to answer or to be to be the solution. It's not, I don't want to say for a problem, but to be the solution for some of these people in need.
oh yeah.
because there's like he said that I don't know if you heard the story. He was talking about the lady that he met that was in jail, and he said like, "What are you lacking?" And she's like, "Well, when I leave here after a year," which she said it was her own doing. I don't have any friends or I don't have any family to go to or really close friends. The only friends I have, if I call the people that I dealt drugs with and things. And if we keep putting you're just putting them back in that situation. And by having programs like Home and like what Terry Bellingham and the Jackie Matheny, our sheriff, is trying to do, and what Christy and them are trying to do, we're, like I said this, and I'll say it over and over, we are trying to give hand ups, not handouts.
Yes.
Because if you want homelessness to stop, if you want people to quit going to drugs to stop, it takes a whole community to support these people that have either no friends or no family. And we have to let our differences, whether, because they're not, I always say this, everybody is uniquely made, right?
Yeah.
And just because you don't understand what that person's going through doesn't mean that they are crazy or weird or like, ooh, yuck, yuck, warning. We have to look outside the box and check yourself and be like, what can I do for you?
Absolutely.
And if we could get, I think, around that, I think that our community as a whole or the whole world, if the whole world thought that way.
Well, we are in the Bible Belt. And as Christians, it is our duty, not just a choice.
Yeah.
It is what he wants us to do.
Yeah.
And if we're going to follow
His footsteps.
in his footsteps, then we need to be more like him
I agree.
and have more compassion for others.
Yeah.
And one of the things that I should mention about Caring Hearts is that we are based in Warren County, but we reach out to others.
Yeah.
And that's why we do so many bags.
I was going to say, they just don't do hospice patients in Warren County.
No. And our bags have gone all the way up past Nashville and all the way down to Chattanooga. And I don't know how far out,
Right.
I know they've gone Winchester, that area.
Yeah.
And so, we have a big reach.
Yeah, we do. We do.
So, and if we had a stronger platform, I guess, I don't know, for fundraising,
Yeah.
if I ever get somebody who knows how to do grants for the,
Well,
It's a gift.
that grant writing is a gift. I know Christy has to write grants for families in crisis.
Yeah.
And I know that there is grant writers here in the community.
yeah,
And if you are ever looking to do some
volunteer
volunteer granting, tag team with some of these
Yeah.
organizations. They need help in that.
Absolutely, because it's really a challenge to get somebody who knows what they're doing. I've written some small ones, and
Yeah.
I've never, that's
Done the
all
big,
new.
big ones.
Yeah, the big ones I don't know anything about, and I've gone to classes for them, but it's like it's a job in
It
itself.
is a job. I
and you've
agree.
got to know what you're doing.
I agree.
And I can't think of any nonprofit in our area that doesn't need that kind of help.
I agree. Yeah.
So
You're just one of many,
Uh-huh.
But again, anything else before I let you go, Miss Sweet Alma?
no, just
I-
congratulations. I'm
Thank
so
you.
happy for you.
I was so glad you and Carl came. I was going to ask Carl, where's his hot rod at? We got to do a loop.
Got to do
A loop.
He's got his
Do a
truck
loop.
today.
Oh, yeah. It's too cold. When it warms up, it's going to be my turn on the ride. I want everybody to know that. It's going to be my turn.
5 more degrees, he said.
Okay, 5 more degrees.
He is really.
I'll just wear my winter suit. You just tell me when. You just tell me when.
I am surprised that he didn't bundle up and bring it today.
Oh, okay. I mean, live and let live, as I say, right?
Well, okay, when we were a lot younger and we lived up north in Indiana, he went to someplace down south of the state and his bike broke down.
Oh.
Yeah. So he calls me and he says, honey, I can trade this in and get such and such. I don't remember what it was now.
He's talking like
Yeah.
always.
Uh-huh. And I said, on one condition. He says, what's that? I said, That's your transportation during the winter too. Oh, he got him a snowmobile suit and the whole bit, and he rode it back and forth all
You're
winter.
kidding.
No, I'm not.
He's a man of his word.
He was a man of his word.
Oh,
So,
that's
yes.
great.
That's what we call stubborn. And I know that because I am one
You know,
stubborn
The
person.
man loves what he loves.
Absolutely.
But
Absolutely.
I will tell you, Miss Alma and Carl have always been, since they moved down here back in,
What was it?
because I met y'all at Relay.
Yeah, we weren't really, weren't we?
Mhm. Your whole family came down from Indiana,
Yes, we did.
right?
Uh-huh.
And they
that
came.
was our team. It was
Yeah,
Bolden family and friends. And
that's right.
we did
And
that for 4 or 5 years until
Yes.
they all flaked on me.
yeah, they just started moving away.
Yeah.
But Miss Alma stayed, and for good reasons, because
I love
she
it.
is a mover, and she is another mover and shaker of this community. Everybody that is either on my podcast, or I try to get them on my podcast, or they're behind the scenes, they are the silent mover and shakers of this community that we don't hear or see about because they're behind the scenes. They're behind the curtain.
Well, that's where I like to be.
I know, but I like it when you come on my show with me. But whether it was at the radio station, Relay for Life, and now here, Alma and Carl have always come to, if I ever had a live, on air, pop-in podcast, wherever, they have always been there.
Well, we
And
try.
I know
He
you
loves
do.
your podcast. We were watching the one last night. you
Yeah.
know. Hey,
See, you can
we
watch
don't- we
it
don't get-
anytime.
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 we're not the early birds.
Yeah. No, you're fine. You're fine.
You're first.
Yeah.
They're not early birds.
We're not
It's
early
okay.
No.
so,
So what were y'all watching last night? Which one?
what was the last one you did?
Yesterday?
Yesterday. Yeah, that's one
Yeah.
we were watching.
Yeah.
Did you see the Jeep at the end?
I was in the kitchen at the time, but I heard you talking about it. What?
The Harley Quinn Jeep.
Oh, is that
A girl is a huge Harley Quinn fan, and she didn't like the color of her Jeep. It was a awkward green or weird
Uh-huh.
green, and her dad surprised her. I can't remember if it was Christmas or her birthday, and her whole car was decked out.
Oh,
Impressive.
that's sweet.
Distinctive designs.
Yes.
That's what her dad's company's called, and he does all that decal.
I asked Carl what it was, and he just said it's some kind of design company, and I'm going,
Distinctive designs.
Check out the post. We
Oh,
put a
well.
post on the Facebook.
Yeah, and we
so you
tagged
can go-
them and everything, and put their address, and yeah.
It's got pictures of Kelly pining over this.
oh,
this
now I
Jeep.
will bring that up just so I can see that because, yeah, I was in the other room getting some stuff
Mhm.
and missed that part, but I heard you talking about it, and I'm going,
Yeah.
uh-huh.
It was
So-
good. It was neat. And when the girl came, I was like, I wonder who owns that Jeep.
I heard
And
you
when
yell at her.
oh yeah, we all did. I'm like, there she is, there she is.
Like a celebrity sighting. It's
Yeah.
Paparazzi. Here we
And then
go.
we got her on the show. We
I
told her
heard-
to come
heard
in,
something.
and so thanks again to Megan and Max.
Yes.
I think that's it. Don't count me on that. I slipped.
No,
since then.
Max is one
I know.
of them.
Max for sure. I got that in there. But yeah, it's just been a great time. And like I always tell everybody, because I know you got so many things going on too with what you do in the community, but you're always welcome here.
Oh, I know.
I know. We're all she's the fun grandmother that I always wanted. My grandma Cotton was fun, don't get me wrong. But she's a great replacement. She's a great replacement. I love my Alma. Even though she's a transplant, she was, I think, everybody says that God has a calling, and that's why you had to come here. I really do believe it. You and Carl are
I
amazing.
fell in love with Warren County when I was a kid.
Yeah.
My grandpa moved off of Boulder Mountain. That's off of 30 for those who don't know
Yeah.
that name. And went and built a house over on, the other side of town there.
Yeah, you got it. Go ahead.
Cross
That
the bridge.
down. Cross
That
the bridge.
side.
The Westwood side.
The
No, 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 no,
other
no, no, no,
side.
no.
Oh,
What was it? My uncle lived off of Higginbottom. So.
I don't know,
and
Bible streets.
Grandpa was off of, I think.
Haley's not here to help out.
I know. Well, it's,
Haley would know.
oh, yeah. But yeah, that's where we would come down every September or August, I'm sorry, every August for Memorial Day. Had to go up to Crane Hill, go over to Young Cemetery.
Yeah.
I mean, it wasn't summer unless we came down so we could see the cousins, and
Right.
they had
Very
a
family
path.
oriented.
Oh, it was.
School didn't start until September.
Yeah.
So
Back in the day.
summer
Back in
was
the
still
day.
August
Uh-huh.
for decoration
I remember
days.
that.
But we had a trail that went from my grandfather's property, and I think there's a housing addition there now. And then it would cross this little dirt road and go through the woods that went up to Higginbottom to my uncle's house. And that's how we,
Hung out. I love it. See, she knew she was coming back eventually.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
When my parents moved down here, when my dad retired and my mom's family had all passed, she said, you've been up here with my family. Now, if you want to, we'll go back down to yours. Because his twin brother was still alive, and
Yeah.
all that was.
It made
going on.
sense.
It did.
Yeah.
And I was down in Texas, and Mom's like, when you moving up? When are you moving up?
Yeah.
And I said, I can't move my kids again. When my last one gets out of school and graduates,
We'll come.
we'll come. Well, actually, I think I said, we'll think about it. And she calls me after he graduated. She says, when you moving?
Oh my God. I
And
love
by
it.
then I was like, I'm ready.
Yeah.
Texas was not my place. I couldn't see myself buried in Texas.
No.
Me
No.
neither.
Me neither.
Too many red ants.
Oh, there you go. Well, thank you, Miss
you're
Alma,
welcome.
and thank you for bringing Carl and y'all coming. He said he had to come in here and get his Kelly hug,
I bet
and
it's
so I gave him a hug
Well,
while we're off air.
well. I'll go ahead.
No, I was just going to say he has to get his hug every once in a
Yes, he does.
Oh, you guys are such a beautiful couple. I love seeing you guys anywhere around town. But our next guest that's coming up,
Oh,
he
yes.
left a long way from not just Indiana.
Uh-oh.
He
Yeah,
had to go across an entire pond
I will
to get
tell
over
you.
here.
I
So-
will tell you,
so
if we
we're
played a competition on who traveled the furthest, it would be this guy.
Yeah.
This guy, and he's actually going to be our last interviewer. I'm guessing.
Oh.
take up so much time.
No, you're fine.
You are fine.
because we're about to have a royal ceremony here in just a few minutes. We'll probably go to a commercial break here and
Oh,
let
yes.
folks see our sponsors for allowing us to be able to be here today.
Yep.
But thank you guys for tuning in with us, and make sure you catch the first part of the show because
Yes.
there's a breakage in the link.
There's a little breakage.
The terrorists tried to attack our
I know.
internet.
Every time Jonathan, no. Every time Jonathan Womack comes on the show, it's my third time now. It shuts down, and I was like, Jonathan,
That's
Why?
how amazing he is.
he
I
is.
mean,
He's that good.
We're gonna have to have backup internet
Mhm.
whenever he steps in the
Yes.
next time.
But here is a quick word from our sponsors, and we'll have our very own Derek Coates coming on to talk more about what he's all about.
Keep it first.
Dad had a vision in 1964 to start Ganton Bolden. Now it's Gateway Tire and Service Center. He wanted our customers to have the best products and service at a fair price. That was his motto then, and that still stands today. We promise to be upfront and honest with each and every customer. We'll never try to sell something that our customers doesn't need just to make a buck. If that's what makes us different from our competitors, well, we're just fine with that. Come see us today or give us a call.
Are you ready for your new Ford? Hi, this is Chris at Reddick Brown Ford in Morrison, inviting you to come and visit our dealership with special finance rates on that special Ford truck, Bronco, or SUV that you have been looking for. Plus a great assortment of pre-owned inventory. We are proud to be part of the local community here in Warren County and now offer complimentary pickup and delivery for service. Your Pioneer Sports Ford headquarters, Reddick Brown Ford, Manchester Highway, Morrison. Have you driven a Ford lately?
Don't know what to eat? Have you tried Cumberland Biscuit Company or Tops Frozen Yogurt and Metro Deli? Down on Main, you can enjoy pizzas and sandwiches, weekly combo specials, soups, salads, and finish it up with Tops Frozen treats. On the weekends, check out Cumberland Biscuit Company's unique dishes like the Twisted Goat Burger or the Bambushka Burger. For lunch or dinner, get the experience of going out of town right here in McMinnville, down on Main. Follow Tops and Cumberland Biscuit Company on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram.
renovations transform your home? Head over here to Roland Renovations at North Chancery Street in McMinnville. From stunning cabinets and beautiful countertops to durable LVP and hardwood flooring, we've got everything you need. Want to upgrade your bathroom? Check out our amazing shower systems and our stylish shower doors. Here at Roland Renovations, we also specialize in outdoor cabinetry, tile work, full remodels, and installation services. Stop by or call us at 931-743-5479 today. We are open Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, and Friday from 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. We are closed on Wednesday, and Saturday we are open for appointments only. Don't wait. Revamp your space with us here at Roland
Here, and it's the perfect time for planting. Visit Randall Walker Farms at 8240 Manchester Highway in Morrison, Tennessee. From fresh plants to seasonal favorites, we have everything you need to beautify your home or project this fall. Available for both retail and wholesale. Looking for something sweet? Don't miss out on our delicious frozen blueberries. Stop by and see us 6 days a week, Monday through Friday from 7 a.m. to 5 p.m. and Saturday from 7 a.m. to 12 p.m. For more information, call 931-635-9535 or email rwalkerfarms@benlomond.net. Get ready for fall with Randall Walker Farms, where fall planning begins. Hey guys, welcome back to Warren First 931. I am your host of the show, Kelly Walker Slaughter. We are celebrating our 1 year anniversary being in business. And you know, one thing I really wanted is to try to get somebody that has been watching the show since we started. And I want to give a shout out to this man right here. His name is Derek. Don't talk yet. I don't want to give it away.
Oh, yeah.
Don't talk. You know, I want to say a funny joke is 9 times out of 10, most bald men scare me half to death, but he doesn't, because when he starts talking, I'm just mesmerized. That's about. But with that said, you know, he has followed our show for quite some time, and he's also good friends with Brian, as of course with Mr. Carr over here, and I just think it's great because I always want feedback from our viewers. And so with that said, how's the show?
The show is brilliant. I love watching the show.
I love
I
it.
watch as much as I can
Yeah.
in between work and sitting in the house and coming back from
Look
England.
at you. Yeah, Newcastle United.
That's my
that's
football
his-
team.
Okay.
My football team.
Now, when he says football, he's not talking about NFL. He's talking about
Soccer.
real football.
Proper football.
Proper.
Football. I love it. But what do you like about the show as somebody watching it?
Well, as a person, I just watch it. You cover everything.
Yeah.
And it's non-biased, is it? It's open. You discuss everything and anything.
Yeah.
So, and I like it because you're all fair.
Yeah, thank you. We try to be neutral. That's
Yeah.
one thing. I lay it out. I'm like, I say this all the time, and everybody can hear. I'm like, if you're for example, a politician, if you're a Republican, a Democrat, an independent, please come on my show. You are always welcome to talk about anything and everything. When we've had topics about when Terry Bell was in here about the animal shelter, that has been like a hot topic for almost over a year, and it's still going. I've gotten points from both the pros and the con side. Yesterday, we just talked about the TikTok. The pros and the cons, and there's so many things going on in Warren County, and there's so many things going on in America that I feel like if we don't get the right source, because like I said earlier on the show, when I started the show, I considered myself lazy when it came to finding out news and what's going on in the politics and things like that. And hey, Mom, sorry, I'm still on. But I started digging and I started finding all these answers. And if no one knows how to get them, I'm like, well, call me. And I've given out my phone number, which again is 931-305-0869. But okay, first off, let's just start because I don't know you from Adams. So we're just going to get into this.
I can vouch for him.
Okay.
Now, one of the reasons why I really wanted to have Derek on, first off, he watches the show.
Yeah.
He makes comments. We try to send him love. He sends us love.
Yes.
But one of the great things about Derek is he has a unique perspective
Yeah.
because he's not from here. So Derek, where are you actually from?
Well, I'm from a little village called Sacriston, which is in the northeast of England,
Okay.
it's been going since the Bronze Age. It's really old. And I moved here when I met my wife playing a game online.
Oh, online dating?
No, a game.
A game, an online
yeah.
game.
An online game where you couldn't see anyone. There was no video chatting. And that was in 2012. I started playing with my wife, Lisa. And I'd never flown before. And I flew here in 2014
Yeah.
and met her. And then she came to England Christmas of 2014 and met my family in England. And then we applied for a visa. And I've been here 9.5 years.
Wow.
And not only that, Derek he has his own business.
I work for myself,
He
yeah.
works for himself. And
What do
Derek,
you- yeah,
tell
what
the
do you
folks
do?
what you
I
do.
build fences and decks.
What?
So-
Oh, well, Derek, I am building a house.
Yeah.
I need your number. But so, when you build fences and decks, is that for houses? Is it for businesses? What?
Anyone who wants to employ me.
Okay. Do you
anyone-
also build decks like for
No.
riverfronts and all that stuff, or is that something different?
Well, I've never built one on the river before, but I built loads of pool decks and loads of decks on the back of houses, and I did some work for I don't know if I can say it, Buddy Patterson from I forget his Cedarwood Pumpkin Patch. Is it?
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
Cedarwood. Yeah,
Yeah, I
the
did- I-
Pattersons.
I did-
Shout out to Lucas and Buddy.
Yeah.
Lucas, yes, sorry. And I did work for them before, and I did work for quite a few contractors.
Yeah.
And folks, y'all have seen
And I
his
work by
work.
myself as well.
You've
You
seen
do
his
it
work
all
and you
by
don't even
yourself?
know.
Yeah.
So is that what you did when you were back in England?
When I was in England, yeah, I've been doing this for about 35 years, maybe it's just a little bit longer.
Yeah, that's crazy. I just want you to keep talking, and I don't know what to ask you.
Well, let me tell you about his beautiful
Oh,
wife.
my wife.
Her wife, she's beautiful inside and out.
Mhm.
She works for the Warren County school system, and how she changes students' lives. It's incredible. She's got a heart of gold. I got introduced to Derek through Warren Arts and through Lisa, and I love him dearly. And I just thought, man, it would be awesome to have him on the show at some point in time, and for this to be our anniversary show.
Anniversary, yeah.
So,
Happy birthday.
Thank
Thank
you.
you. Thank you. Well, Derek, you're going to have to come back next year. This
Yeah.
is going to be, but look, we want to have you on the show more than just
Yeah.
Right.
just this, because I guess we can start our official ceremony here.
If you want
Or-
to,
yes.
before
Yes,
we do, I was
now-
going to ask him,
Go ahead.
what do you, being in England, did you get to see the Queen? Do you get to go to
No,
what have you got to see?
Well, I've been everywhere. I've been all over England, Scotland, Wales, Ireland,
Okay.
all over. And
I wonder if me and him crossed paths when I went to Ireland.
when
I did like it's been a while.
Oh.
No, it's been a while. It's been a hot minute. I was a lot
Yeah.
younger.
it's all changed.
Yeah.
It's all changed.
So, what do you miss about home?
Food
The food.
and places.
Really?
Yeah, because I can talk to my family, which I talk to them at least once a week, and you just miss places. Like where I lived, within a 50-mile radius, there was 15 castles going back to the
Wow.
6th century, built by
Wow.
Henry VIII. Durham Castle is a World Heritage Site.
Yeah.
It's one of the best places in the world.
I love that. You had like 6 castles, like at a walking distance, I
Well,
guess.
they're 3 miles from my house to the Durham Castle.
Wow.
You could see it. You could
Wow.
see it across the hill.
That would be some
Beautiful.
like to live out there, like just to
Yeah.
see all the culture
Just
and
the age of stuff is really, really different than what it is here.
and what's you talk about the food, you miss the food. Now, when I went to Ireland
Mhm.
and we went to a bakery,
Oh,
I have to say this. Paula Dean doesn't live there,
No,
first of all.
no.
There was no, like butter and sugar
Yeah.
was not a thing because I celebrated my birthday up there and I wanted to get a cupcake. And so I got a cupcake and I was like, what is this? I had to spit it out.
Oh,
I'm sorry. It was not the best. I'm sorry. Ireland cupcake was,
English food's good.
Is it different from the Ireland food, or is it the same?
It'll be the same type of food. See, my mum was Irish.
Okay.
My mum was born in Dublin, so.
Oh, well, there you go. I didn't. That's cool. But what do you like? The difference between what do you like and dislike about the foods here?
Well, there's not much I don't like. I don't like grits.
Okay, grits.
No.
Okay,
I like cheese grits, but yeah,
And I've tried them with everything. I've tried them sweet. I've tried them savory. No,
have you ever went to Cumberland Biscuit and tried the shrimp and grits?
nah. I go to Cumberland Biscuit Company every Saturday morning.
Okay, and this is at nighttime.
Mm.
There's a shrimp and grits plate that no, don't shake your head yet. I hate grits. Can I say that? I don't like them. I've tried them. I have doused them with a whole. You could douse them with a whole bag of sugar, and it's like, bleh,
No.
bleh. Okay. I don't know what Nate does to
Yeah.
his grits, but that's the only place I can eat grits.
listen, I've just had a moment of brilliance here. I think, why don't we start? You guys let us know. And shout out to Derek's family who's going to be watching this across the
Yeah, they
pond.
are.
and all
My
the people.
Shelly Rogers.
That's
is
my
that your-
daughter.
yeah, she goes, that's
Hey,
my dad. That's my dad.
That's my daughter, yeah.
Why don't we have a segment called Derek Eats? Listen, and we'll film him. We'll go into these local restaurants.
I already know where we can go.
Oh my goodness, Derek, would you be up for that? Because
I'll pay for your food.
yeah, we'll buy your food.
We'll buy your food.
We just want to hear you talk about it. And if
Yeah,
you want to
just
talk crap about it, you go right ahead.
Well, I'm open under.
Well, listen, one of the things that's beautiful about Derek is doesn't matter how ugly he acts or what he says, everybody's just gonna be like, oh,
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
say it again.
You know, they did a study about, with 100 people in a room where an American woman went up, right, like me, and we would talk about this product and how great it is. And then they said, well, how much information you were retaining, which was like nothing, right?
Mhm.
And then they had this English, very like, again, another beautiful woman, looked the same, but had an accent. And then it's just like, what the heck? Like, but I mean, I think it's because, like, when we go, I'll say this, like, when I went to New York
Mhm.
and you go there and the people will stop you and be like, oh, can you say something for me?
Yeah.
And I'm the same way with you, like, oh, hey, don't talk yet. But I think, I don't know what it is about the accents. People have they trust you better, or they have this trusting quality. Is that the best way to say it?
Well, they seem more official. And I mean, we did steal their language.
Obviously.
Oh,
By God, we did not steal that language, no.
well, I talk different. So,
That's his Southern. I love it. Yeah, Derek, we want to have you on more often.
Yes.
Because just to get your perspective and to talk about things that are going on overseas. I know in England, and you've been keeping up with a lot of the protests and things that have been going on. And I'll just divulge, Derek just came back here recently.
He did.
visit my daughter.
To visit Shelley and a grandbaby.
Yeah. He was born. Jacob was born in August last year, and we got
Okay.
to see him at Christmas.
Oh, I love
And
that.
he's got two beautiful grandbabies that
I've
look
got
like
one-
Gerber
I've
babies.
got one here as well. Yeah,
Yes.
little Iris.
Oh,
Iris and Jacob, they're beautiful. I mean, they look, they're model babies, is what they are.
that's why you
We're
call
so
them Gerber
blessed.
babies.
We're so blessed.
Yeah,
we are.
happy, healthy babies. That's
Yep.
all that matters, right?
Yep.
That's what I always say is like, happy, healthy babies make the world go around. So, but before we go, because I would like to have him on the show more, Brian. Okay, now let me tell everybody this as he gets up and gets it. He came up with this concept. Oh, it's behind me.
Yes.
Oh, good
Even I
Lord.
don't know what he's going to do with this
We
No, he
okay.
wants
So,
me to do it.
one. Oh, you want you to do it?
Well, yeah.
Oh, I'm going to be like
Yes.
Van Gogh. I'll have one ear
So
off.
Kelly
I'm gonna
is
cut your ear
Kelly
off.
is the queen, and we want to initiate Derek
Yeah.
with our
Yeah.
our southern royalty.
Here in the South, we go extra if you haven't found out that
So,
I
yet.
know.
Shout out to Patrick Carr for letting me use your symbolic.
Yeah, symbolic.
But
But
yes,
let me.
Kelly is the queen here,
Yeah.
and we're going to knight Derek.
Night.
We're going to
Yeah.
knight Derek.
And if
the
anything
Warren-
happens, we do have a nurse.
One
This
on
isn't
each
sharp.
shoulder. Well,
Did you do it that way or that way?
Either way, just don't
Flat end.
flat it. Yes,
Flat end.
yes, and he's done this before. So,
Have you?
No.
oh yes, you
but we are going to dub him our English, all things English.
He's going to be
Correspondent.
Sir Derek.
Sir Derek
of Warren First.
of Warren First. Yeah, so I dubbed thee Sir Derek of Warren First, all things English, right? Our
Yes.
correspondent, and Derek Eats. And thank you, Patrick, for letting us borrow your sword. I was like, when he told me that this morning in Walmart, I was like, he saw my face. I know you did. You're like, Kelly, just hear me out. Hear me out. And I was like, okay.
Well, we are a little extra here on Warren First. Hey, guys, we're your neighbors and your family. We're the people right up the road.
Yes.
We are a little off, but that's what makes us so wonderful and unique. And we're just, again, Derek, thank you for coming in today.
Oh, you're welcome.
And I don't know
how these
because
work.
this is beautiful weather to be working on. I was hoping the weather wouldn't be so nice. So I appreciate pulling you away. Hey, but you get to represent Newcastle United. Yes.
Yeah, there you go.
Hey, do they have what's their saying? Do they have a chant or a saying?
Right, they're just called the Magpies, but they're on a really good run at the moment. 9 games unbeaten at the moment.
All right.
9?
Shout out to Newcastle.
Oh, wow.
And their 9-game streak.
Yeah,
So
they're flying.
yes.
There you go. So before we go, we're going to let Derek even get doubts.
All right.
Do you want to do this on? Now, how does
Now,
these work?
Hey, you see? Okay, so what you do is you
Mom, I'm
turn
scared.
one way and one the other way. Okay.
What now?
Okay. So
You've got to remove the
look.
chip.
Okay. Yeah. Remove this tape. Now, with one hand you twist that way, and the other hand you twist the other way. So,
Oh,
but
Jesus.
shoot
Open
it
the air.
up. Okay.
Right?
So,
Yeah.
in honor of Warren First, Kelly, congratulations on a whole year
I love
doing
this.
this.
Happy birthday.
You might want to just
Yeah.
don't shoot anybody on the
Yeah.
face and
Happy
keep it
birthday.
first. Happy birthday! Oh, man, mine was a dud.
I knew when I got Brad on the show, it was going to be extra. Oh my gosh. Guys, I love you guys. I appreciate each and every one of you. I never thought in a million years that my show could got this astronomical and this magnitude in such a short period of time. A year is really a short period of time, But with that said, I could not do this show without the community support, help, the words, everything, the encouragement, all that. And I want to say that you should keep it first, and you are the first person I will always go to. And Warren First is always something that has always been near and dear to my heart. And before I even cry like I did last time, when I had no voice when I did my ribbon cutting when I did this. But I love each and every one of you. Take care. God bless. And let's keep this going. Year 2, baby. Let's